Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, this is Music Nucleus on Hawk Radio. My name is Dennis. I'm your host. Apologies for the delayed start, but I'm here, and maybe I might be able to push it a couple minutes forward. Just for you guys. Um, but yeah, just been on my weekly, music study, of course, music retreat. Just going off looking for stuff. uh, you know, playlisting, of course, as I do. But yeah, I hope you guys been having a good Thursday evening. You can always catch me here every Thursday, 3 p.m. Today was a 3:07, but it's fine. We'll keep it pushing. I will get back to you guys after this short break. Enjoy this break. Yeah. All right, and we are back on the radio. I'm your host Dennis, here with Music Nucleus on Hawk Radio. Um, all right, let's get into this. So, first segment was in my playlist right now, but before that, I want to ask, what song has been on repeat for you guys this week? If I could look it up right now, my repeat song. Actually, surprisingly, I don't think like off rip. I couldn't tell you. Hmm. It probably has to be. Let's see. It's something on SoundCloud for sure. It has been probably It Almost Worked or by TV Girl or Brent Fires Over, which is a leak. I don't support leaks, but if it's out, it's out, and it's not out on Spotify, Apple Music. So I'm gonna listen to this song because it sounds good. I'm not gonna stop myself from it. Um, but what's been on you guys' playlist? Um, but the way I discovered Over by Brent Fires was actually from my homeboy who was driving in the car the other day. We had went to this little like show, and driving back, I think he played the song after we got some Denis with our other homeboy, and he was just playing in the car, and yeah, I was like, oh shit, like old stuff, like it's kind of good, like you know what I'm saying, like let me hop on this, like let me get the name, buddy. Usually, most of the time, like this friend, like you know who you are. Um, I usually steal music. They usually steal music from me. This time around, it was, unfortunately the other way around. I take a lot of pride in putting people on, you know. So yeah, it's a big thing for me. Um, but yeah, what's been on your guys' repeat? Um, I for sure can say that like music, like for me, I know some people like they get sick of stuff really easy. I can tell you for a good month, I can probably, nah, I wouldn't say a month, 2 to 3 weeks, I could play the same song over and over again and I wouldn't get sick of it. I think I'll just end up focusing on a different section of the song. There's this weird thing in my brain where like there's like a 1 2 second piece of a song that I like completely am obsessed with. Music is so beautiful, like in general, right? Um, like there's songs that I would say are just overall good completely from start to finish. There's other songs like, but even in those great songs, start to finish, there's one piece that just like I think either you find yourself singing along to, or like there's an instrument that just comes out the blue, or the way they sing it in the second chorus just sounds so alluring compared to, the first time the chorus is sang. And so like there's songs like that I just get obsessed with. Like for example, um, not Lonely Blue. It's La Lune by King Crew. There's a part in like the second half of the song where it like kind of keeps riding up and up and up, and it's like um I think it's like a sharp minor or something. I forgot the term. I used to know music theory to an extent. I played guitar for some time, so I was kind of studied up on that, right? At one point. Um but there's like it's like a whole different level. There's not just minor and major, there's sharp minor, sharp major. There's like different types. I can't recall right now what they're called. Like it's just not coming to me, but it was one of those alternative chords that it was just beautiful. And I think I learned to play the song on guitar, which matter of fact I do want to get back into guitar and relearn that song specifically. Are you guys more of a like you guys more of an instrumental, or do you got let me rephrase the question. Do you guys prefer electronic or analog instrumentals? Do you prefer music that is electronic, so made on the computer, or analog, played guitar, drums, whatever it be? Honestly, I mean, I love both. I could say that, but I've always wanted to start a band or like be in a band or like be really good at like analog music. I've had some tracks I've created, but thing is, it's only so far you can do with just one instrument, and I've only made like any song I've recorded analog, it's been like one instrument that I play, because I only play electric guitar. I play a little bit of keyboard, but that's in um a production aspect. I believe that production and like genuine piano, like learning piano is different but similar in a way. I just think piano, the when I picture piano, I think of like who's a good pianist. Like, is Mozart a pianist? I hope I didn't say something stupid, but for example, Mozart, like very sophisticated music, and then I think of production, and I think of like some electron, like single chord, maybe like single key to like not a huge chord range, just kind of chords playing, because that's what I play. I play chords, if I'm on the keyboard. I'm not the best at that stuff, so like I wouldn't brag or even talk about that stuff in any light of skill, because I feel I have no skill in that. Not to dog on production, like pianists, I guess you would say it, or keyboards. I'm not even at that level of up what a producer's capable of. But yeah, that's just how I view personally keyboards and pianos and analog and digital. But I will catch you guys right coming up next. We have songs made for late night drives. This might be my possibly favorite section. But yeah, I will let you guys go. I'ma see you right after this short break. But yeah, let's get this rolling. Hey guys, we're back with Music Nucleus. I'm your host Denis on Hawk Radio here every day, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Tap in. Here with your next segment here, talking on late night drives. What's some songs? So like off rip, are you guys like? Do you guys really take late night drives? I used to a lot more often, but because I'm a morning shift guy now, jobs on morning shift stuff, I'm not too much of a night job person. Not anymore, at least. But nothing stopping me, honestly. I can always make time for that. That's why I don't know. It might be the 2026 type of thing to do. Might be the 2026 thing to do. So let's we should we should do that. We should do that. Come 2026, This is a spring activity. I'm claiming it here. This is spring activity. That's what we doing. Okay. All right. So what some songs, right? Made for after dark, made for late night drives. What are some like artists slash bands? I have three right now. This is the top three. I'm Frank Ocean, of course. It's kind of obvious. Duh. You know, we have cigarettes after sex and the weekend. Those are my top three late night drive artists. I'm not the biggest weekend fan. If you put me next to a person who listens to the weekend, they probably listen to the weekend more than me. But the songs that like the weekend has and like I've sat in the car with friends late night and I've been this is an artist made for late night drives. I would say that. Um Frank Ocean, just a lot of his songs are very like powerful. And like you can't deny his influence in music as a whole. You know, I wouldn't say it's crazy for me to say that he's revolutionized genre blending in hip hop, in my opinion. There may be some articles um, that I would say like would co-sign that or just add to it. I don't know. I really think it's just made like it's made for late night, and I think he is one of the most influential artists of our generation. And millennials who I think let me not take away the fact that millennials are the ones who had face faced Frank Ocean at the most influential time of their lives. They got to be the youth when this was fresh, when Frank Ocean was just freshly creating these bangers. I was like a middle schooler, I want to say. I think, yeah, middle school, fresh into middle school when he was, having his reign. But yeah, Frank Ocean's just one of those artists. I say like Siegfried, Godspeed is another one. Close to You, Solo. I can go on and on from every project. I don't want to bore you guys. I don't think Frank Ocean's boring. It wouldn't be boring. But we have Cigarettes After Sex. Given that just their whole discography, it's just a late night drive, like one big late night drive playlist. What people say, and this is the judgment that they have for Cigarettes After Sex. I have like my partner, like my friends, everyone say this is that their music sounds the same, like all of it sounds the same, and I can get that to a degree. But I mean, they have a lot of different combinations of chord progressions within their music. It doesn't leave minor, like the minor section. Like I can tell you that it doesn't leave the minor key, like how do I say this, chord like frame. It's always just very down, very low music. But I think it's personally, like, I think it's beautiful. It did get old for me at some point, but I think I've taken enough time away from the band to like revisit it. And yeah. So yeah, send your text in. Tell me what's your favorite late night drive song. I have Ian here letting me know Are We Still Friends by Tyler the Creator is his late night drive song. He says you can't listen to it when the sun is up. It's too powerful. And he says when he wants to create a soul song, he can. I heavily agree. I will tell you, and I've told Ian, Are We Still Friends is a song I can't listen to because my thing is I can't accept like certain things. Like it's just one big like friend zone song, and that sucks. Friend zoning is awful. Like friend zoning is just awful. And I arguably like people could say, in my opinion, friend zoning is worse than heartbreak. Um, I'm not even speaking from experience in like a friend zone context. I just can't imagine like like you just like I don't know, bro. It's weird. It is a horrible thing that he sung his heart out so bad. I can't even visit that song because of how painful it is. Like, Are We Still Friends is such a powerful song. Like, I'm not even lying to you. Anybody else, send me a text. Let me know what your late night drive song is. But yeah, Cigarettes After Sex. Back to them. Their music is very similar, but taking enough time, I think it's time to revisit them. What songs I want to ask you guys? This is another question. What song do you associate with this season? Like right now, it's wintertime. My winter playlist is like fleshed out, dude. I told you guys last time, I will be in the middle of wintertime or like whatever season, and I'll be preparing for springtime with the playlist. And I do it all the time. I work ahead. It's just best way to say it is I work ahead. Here's my winter 25 to 26 playlist. We got some TV Girls, some Cut Close, love Cut Close. I have Leverfall, some Wi-Fi Skeleton, Mazzy Star, The Smiths, Dream Ivory, Cocteau Twins, who make it into every single one of my playlists. I love Cocteau Twins, my number one. It's my band. That's my, you know what I'm saying? That's just my stuff. Got some Thundercat. Of course, we talking about Sonda, and Sonda was in here. We have Kendressa. Let's see, Princess by Fang. I love that song. I haven't listened to it in some time, of course. My playlist end up getting overplayed before the season is made for. So I've rarely touched this winter playlist. I probably touched it like fresh into like December, late November, I want to say. But yeah, I got 800 Cherries in here. I love 800 Cherries. I think this may be a weird take, but I think 800 Cherries is like the electronic version of Cocteau Twins slash like Sweet Trip is like also my like one of my I might get beat up for saying this. I gotta I gotta watch my back when I leave the station. This is a weird take, but it is a take I have. Is Sweet Trip and 800 Cherries music among that is like if you turn down the ambience and the reverb on Cocteau Twins, right? You gave them understandable lyrics and you put electronic instrumentals amongst their discography. I think that's where it lands, which is crazy. Like, this is some I kind of, it's a fresh one. It's a fresh one. So I have someone saying Portishead is good. I've listened to a little bit of Portishead, but I can't even. I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on that. So yeah, but dude, yeah, a lot of fake Mink in here. Lauryn Hill, Ichiko, Aoba. We've got Devon Hendrix, 1989 Michelle song. 1989 Michelle song by Devon Hendrix is my number one Devon Hendrix song. I love that song. You guys should look it up. It's unreleased, I believe. It's not officially released at least. But if you go on SoundCloud, YouTube, look up 1989 by Devon Hendrix. What a song, man. What a song. Another thing I was really getting into, and I want to say like late fall, early winter, an artist who has been pushing the ranks, who was pushing the ranks. I still kind of listen to him, but not as much, is Top Op Gen. Top Op Gen is what I think is like what the influence of Juice WRLD is left behind amongst artists. And not to discredit him and his craft. I just, like people say like artists like XXXTentacion, like he left a resurgence. There was a wave of people who followed after his footsteps. I think a lot of artists, even current day, can draw from him for inspiration. And so yeah, like, all right, we got Blonde Redhead as well. Good for wintertime. Blondie, I want to say Blondie too, if you want to get a little loud. Blondie, the band, great band. I'm getting a Blondie tattoo soon. I don't know where, but I'm getting one. Um, but yeah, that's what I associate. Like that's my winter playlist. That's what it lays down at. Um, what is like? I think it's something. I would say like the production style. There's production styles that make music feel nocturnal. And I think it lays in the ambience, in the tempo, of course. Obviously, like you can't have fast music at night and think it's gonna be chill. But yeah, I say it is just lays in like the reverberation, how slow a song is played, and the synths that are used. There's a lot of ambient synths on FL Studio. If you guys download, there's a lot of tracks like sorry, there's a lot of tracks that have just like so much like background, just ambience that sometimes I play with it when I'm producing and I'll lay it amongst my tracks. Not even for a forward, like you probably wouldn't be able to hear it, but it's not supposed to be a forward sound. I think it's like a landscape. It's like a foundation for where I put the beats on. Cause this is a weird analogy, but think about the floor of a church and then the floor of a hardcore show. It doesn't change, right? It's not transient. It's still a ground, whatever it be. Both be plain floors, whatever. It doesn't matter what color floor it is. The floor is gonna stay the same. A wall, you put posters up on the wall and it changes the complete ambience of the room. The floor is the floor, and the floor is gonna do what the floor does, and that is stay the same. That lays for the ambience, for the foundation of a track, and that's where atmosphere lays. um, I want to refer to Siegfried again because it is one of those songs that very heavily relies on its ambience to play like the key, like the crucial part of it, the crucial part of the development. Um, like it's just such a good song, man. I have no words but to tell you, like there's 4D versions of songs, right? That I will go out of my way and I'll take a dark shower, turn off the lights in your shower, look up Siegfried by Frank Ocean 4D. It is just over like it's not much done to it, but added reverb and like they also have like I think it's a larger binaural pan, if you guys know what that means. It's basically like how round the music, like if you close your eyes and you put headphones on, does the music only sound like it's coming from like the sides, like just blasting into your ears from like the headphones, or does it sound like it's in front of you and behind you and next to you, and it's like the music is circling around your head? Like does it sound like it's doing that, or is it not? And that's another thing. Fun fact is key to having a good master to your music. For all my music producers, music artists, is making sure that your track is not linear. It sounds stereo and it has a good binaural pan to it. You have to make sure your music sounds like it's coming from all angles for the master to be good. That's always what I strive for when I'm mastering my music is doing that. But yeah, I have a playlist actually called "You Trying to Dissociate Kid," and it's made for slowed and reverb. And this is just where all my music I sleep to, and music that you would say is potential for a late night drive, I would say is sitting right atop here. But yeah, I wanna put you guys on for a short commercial break, and I will see you very shortly after this. guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to Music Nucleus. I'm your host, Denis, here on Hawk Radio every Thursday, 3 p.m. Fun fact for You Don't Know My Name by Alicia Keys, the diner that Alicia refers to. Um, how she tells them, oh, you get the special with the hot chocolate. The special, I believe, is like a fish sandwich. So. But he was having a fish sandwich with hot chocolate every every day or whatever, every week on his lunch break. Let me tell you something, girl. If the man of your dreams is eating a fish sandwich with hot chocolate at your diner every day on his lunch break, you probably gotta stay away from him. That breath is bubonic. Breath is demonic. That breath is horrid. Don't go to his bathroom, man. I would not go into the bathroom after him. I'm just saying. But all right, back to it. I want to ask you guys before we move into this next segment. What are you guys a windows down night drive person, right? Like we was talking about earlier, or are you a like headphones in your room type of person? I come from a household where there wasn't a second of time for me to even not be aware of my surroundings. So headphones, it just was not like a thing for me. And even when I wear headphones, like I'm paranoid that my name's being called or something's going on. So like I don't really wear headphones, even in my own apartment where I live with just roommates that like don't need me or like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm away from home, but I still carry those habits I have from home. Um, but yeah, I would say windows. I'm not even a windows down. I'm windows up. I need that AC blowing. It's hot. We're in Florida. It's hot out here. So AC blasting, windows up. The wind is not blowing enough cold air into my car. Tell you that. Not with this humidity. Um, but yeah, on to our next segment, right? We're putting spotlight on artists you might not know yet, but they're coming up next. Um, I want to put on the list Matt Proxy. Matt Proxy is an artist I found on the Underground Sound freestyle cipher that came out about a few days ago. Honestly, like not too long ago at all. Oh man, what a cipher! It was not as good as the last one, I'll tell you that. But Matt Proxy was so strange. Like his cipher was probably one of the most interesting ones because every artist on there, like their music, like the beat was playing. It was one beat, no beat switch. If there was a beat switch, it was still in the same style of the rapping. This man comes out to, I want to say like a Zalooper's type beat, right? I want to like paint the picture for you. Rapping like Zalooper's, rapping like Earl Sweatshirt, rapping like Mavi, like that style, right? And then halfway through that, there's just straight bass, just and he's rapping and the bass is drowning out his vocals completely. And it was the most left field like switch I've ever heard. That has never in my history of listening to music, that's never happened. I've never just like witnessed something like that happen. And dude, it just took me by surprise. Enough to where I went out of my way. I'm like, yo, I think, shock factor, like people really like don't people don't like acknowledge how much it really like works. Shock factor really works, man. Like it's so much music, so much video, so much stuff on the internet that I would have never discovered if it weren't for shock factor. And that was one of those. And I safe to say, like his music, aside from like songs that sound like that, which I don't personally like when it is just complete. Like it's to a level where at some point, bass heavy music I like, but it's an acquired taste, but there's a level that like gets too crazy. Like, if you guys heard of Too Slimy, he's like up and coming, and people be memeing him. They're like, Too Slimy is the most rap. Too Slimy is the most rapper ever. The most artist. Too Slimy is the artist. Like, that's what they say. Um, his music is just so like loud, so bass heavy, and he's like offbeat, and his lyrics just don't make sense, and it like all that stuff. But I really like he was on this same cipher, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I might have to change my opinion. I think I'm being converted. Too Slimy low key is fire. Um, I'll tell y'all that. But what else? What else can we really bring up as far as like up and coming artists? Cause I want to say artists, but I don't know if it's up and coming. I mean, I will say they haven't got their mainstream flowers. And if we're talking about that, I want to say Teases. Teases and Diamond. And all the Owe collective. Owe is a rap collective of artists. I think started by Teases. With Southside Silhouette, I have who else is on here? Diamond, of course, is on there. Peasy is a model turned rapper, which is crazy. Cool, he's a cool dude. He's fly and he's cool. Love his music. Love Teases. Love the whole Owe gang. Like the music that they're coming out with is so refreshing in rap music. It reminds me of like it's like a new wave of like how do you say, like a new wave of like the SoundCloud rap wave, like that 2016 SoundCloud rap. Like, this isn't like that, but it's like it's almost like they're slowly pushing back the narrative of like real rap music. Like, and when I say real, I don't mean to discount the scene that's been going on, like the heavy bass, like heavily auto-tune, distorted music, which I really love that stuff. But dude, like that was dominating the scene for so long, and like Teasers came in, and there's like I don't want to sit here and like act like I'm fully informed on this topic. Like, I'm not confident in the time frame and who really brought this back, because there's a lot of artists in between. Like Glock 40 Spaz has never changed his way, and he's been around for years. But like there's artists like Teasers, and like I just bring up Owe because it's just an easy example. They have brought back that scene. They've really brought back the scene. Um, but yeah, like this section, I'm saying this because it's all about artists that deserve a spot in your playlist. You know, before everyone catches on, and some artists that are coming back swinging with new projects. And like you guys should definitely check out Teases. It's TEZZUS. Um, want to say Jesus Christ. Go listen to that album. Let me know what you think. There's a interlude that like I'm obsessed with. I think it's called Outro off Jesus Christ. King Funk is another one. Great, great, great music. He recently came out with a single, Hannah Montana, and dropped a music video. He's also dropping a lot of music videos, a lot of them, and I love that like that drive. You know, it inspires me to create. And yeah, like you guys should for sure check it out if you want to listen to music that like is a good representation of our era. Like, I think Teases is what you can put on in front of like an old head, and he'll rock with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it be an old head that's in his 30s, 40s, 50s, I think Teases would definitely like be, valid. Get that OG stamp of approval. For like a rap listener, I'll say. Um, and I want to talk about as well how indie artists blow up through playlists and internet communities. It is such. Hold on, sorry, I had to sneeze. It's such like diluted atmosphere. From where I'm from, when it comes to music, it's hard to really be out there unless you know people, and you gotta be connected. And the best place to be is the internet. Social media, no matter how many flaws it has, sometimes could be the only way certain people make it in music. And some people take it for granted. I can't really accept that being the way. There has to be other methods. Um, but it's just like it's a cool thing to see certain artists blow up. It will be a random music video that shows up on my suggested feed, and it'll have 200 views. And I watched the video, and I promise you guys, I'm not even trying to like gas it. I'm not trying to act like I get to people, like get to artists beforehand. But I will see a video that's like 200 views, listen to it, save the song to my playlist, or just save it to my library. Come a week later, 2 weeks later, I'm on TikTok or Instagram, and it's like up next, new artist, and then I go to the views, like the video, and it's like 800,000 views. I'm like, and it's almost like I have nobody to tell that I found them first, but it doesn't matter because I mean, it's not like on my gatekeeping. I'm like, oh, I have to get. I was first there. I was first in line. Like, nah, it's never that deep. I just, it's funny for banter wise. I just like having it. I just like it. Um, but like that's also something that's so charming is like independent music just feels like always more personal. It always feels just correct. It doesn't feel like convoluted and like uh overseen, overwatched. Like it doesn't feel like a label's overlooking creative expression. There's a lot of labels I feel like that do kind of paint a picture for an artist. It's like, hey, you have to fit this certain aesthetic. You have to fit this aesthetic for what an artist should be. And let me tell y'all something. Whenever them labels come knocking on my door, like that's one thing I'll stay strong to is like my freedom to create. You know, due to like what I've created, and like I feel like a lot of artists do this, cause I can't picture in my head like artists who come from listening to all different genres. I don't think want to sit in one specific genre. They don't want to just be one genre. And whenever a label comes up, like I think they should understand that we should have creative freedom. Like in the projects I've made personally, there's music there's 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 music that is just heavy, bass heavy rap music. And in them same projects there's soft, melodic, indie music, rock, whatever, like pop, like all that stuff. Like you can play like that's how my playlist sit too. That's just how my brain works. I can't sit. I have ADHD. Like I can't sit here and listen to one genre for like the whole day. Like I have been lately, but like for the most part, I have to have some like variety, and that's just where it lays. Like it's just that. Um, and like I think Sonder was independent. Brent Fires is still currently independent, creating, which it shows in his music. I would love to, come up, come up independent. Like, I think everyone who is a creative and artist, like, would love to be independent and build their own funds and advertise and make their own money. It's difficult out here, man. It's really hard, but the internet is the greatest tool we have. And so we should always take advantage of that. Um, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna be laying a bit short, but I just want to put you guys on this commercial break real quick, and I'll catch you right after. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Music Nucleus. I'm your host Dennis on Hawk Radio here. Thursdays 3 p.m. every week. Tap in. Um Before we wrap up tonight, we're building one final vibe. Um we are gonna be building a perfect playlist. Um I had to let this song play. I had to, let this break play just because I love music and, songs are great. Um, I just added that to my playlist as we continue, but um, now this is all gonna be right. Every great playlist tells a story, so we're gonna build one together right now. In this week's theme, we're going for Sunday morning chill. That's a vibe. Sunday morning, you woke up, right? It's your off day. Got no class, got no homework. Just chilling. My Sundays, the way I do it is I give me some coffee, hit my brother up, call up my homeboy. I'm like, hey, bro, you up? FaceTimes me. I'm like, I FaceTime him. I'm like, yo. And he already knows what's about to happen. So, but for you guys, you might want to try something new. You say, hey, homie, you trying to go get some coffee? And you just go get some coffee with your homie, your best friend, your brother, family member, your mom, whoever. Be like, hey, let's get some coffee. Maybe some brunch. I'm a brunch type of guy now. I didn't know brunch existed. You know, it is a luxurious thing to know about brunch, to know what brunch is. Brunch is fancy, man. Like, and I love breakfast. So, like, to think to have breakfast and lunch, a hybrid of both, that's just mind blowing to me. That really changed my world. Brunch really changed my world. But yeah. So some songs, right? I've got here. I've got A Cold Sunday by Lil Yachty. Ironic, but it fits. Um, Very chill rap vibe. We have Palace by Brockhampton, a song that will also never escape playlist. It ends up in every other playlist of mine. I just love that song. It's a vibe to me. We got Summer's Over by TV Girl. This one is like interchangeable with, I want to say, like the honorable mention, which is Run by Chicano Batman. I say Summer's Over, like that's a fall type of song to me. I would fit it in wintertime, would fit it in springtime, would fit it in summertime because that's just me and I love TV Girl. It doesn't have to be by the name, but it's just a nice, very wind down song. I try not to get too riled up on a Sunday just cause, I'm gonna have to get riled up for Monday, and so I'd rather relax, take my Sunday to relax. And then we're gonna finish up with Rolling Around by Liam and I Wanna See You by Blood Orange. Final song is Broke Down Kid, Interlude by Chanel Tress. Throwback, about 2020 or 2021. That's a big throwback. Old song. I mean, most of these are pretty old, but like just for me and my personal memory, like that's when I was really bumping Chanel Tress. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna send you off with that. Apologies for the very early ending, very quick end, but yeah, our time's up. And yeah, that's the soundtrack for tonight. If you miss anything, start building your playlist now and just keep discovering music that makes you feel something. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. But yeah, I will catch you guys next week, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Music Nucleus. I'm your host, Denis. Tap in, Hawk Radio. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a great Friday tomorrow and have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next week. We're the pre-Friday ensemble, the pre-Friday party. But yeah, you guys have a good one.